Figure 65. M3 submachine gun with silencer. In diagram B, you can see that the silencer functions with great similarity to the auto-loading 22 silencer in figure 62. It is constructed with two tubes, a large rear one and a smaller front one, which join in the middle with an adapter. The larger rear tube encases the barrel, which has 4 rows of 4 holes drilled in it. Surrounding the barrel are several layers of bronze screening and then the large metal tube. The smaller connecting front tube houses 250 of the screen type washers with a screw-on cap at the end to keep the washers in place. The washers must have their holes large enough and in direct line with each other so that the bullet can pass through without touching any of them. As a general rule for the construction of firearm silencers, one could say that it is unadvisable to bring the bullet into contact with the silencer itself. However, certain supersonic silencers do require this. This type of silencer works well since it is used with weapons that employ 45 ACP, which is subsonic and doesn't need to be reduced in velocity. Most states have pretty strict regulations about the possession of machine guns, even small ones. So you had better check all the angles before screwing yourself into jail. How to build a silencer for a submachine gun. The Viet Cong have adapted this type of submachine gun silencer for their combat situation and, in doing so, have made it much more effective and simple to build. The first and larger tube, 160 millimeter long and 40 millimeter in diameter, is filled with bronze screening, the same as pictured in figure 63, except they have added oil-soaked cotton and then attached it to the gun barrel. This oil-soaked cotton acts as a cooling agent, which is very important to consider when dealing with automatic weapons in a combat situation. The second, smaller tube, 170 millimeters long and 30 millimeters in diameter, is stuffed with a roll of bronze screening, which is much simpler than washers. The silencer is about 70% effective, meaning that it cannot be heard over a distance of 300 to 400 yards, which is a fantastic advantage for the guerrilla fighter. There are many claims for improvised silencers. At this point, I have not had the chance to experiment with or try any of these, but many of them sound as if they should have some degree of validity. Number 1, take a section of metal tubing and fill it with bottle caps, which have an X cut in the center of each and the flaps bent back, so as to form a small triangular passageway for the bullet. Number 2, a rubber nursing bottle nipple with an X slit in the top of the nipple, then placed over the end of the barrel, reportedly reduces the sound of the shot, but this type is only good for one shot. Number 3, one effective silencer was made from a row of washers attached to a welding rod and fitted with an outside casing. Number 4, it has been said that a balloon strung over an egg beater type wireframe was good for one shot.